What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for The Greatest Showman. This film is the latest full-out musical, which going into it, I didn't think that it was a full-out musical. I just thought that there were musical numbers in it because they have to perform on a stage. I didn't think this movie would be a flat-out musical, and turns out it is. It stars Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum. He creates this kind of museum when he's down in the slumps. You know, we see, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the way the beginning of the film, you know, it's like a musical number, and it sets this character up. We see him as a young boy, and then it's kind of like, if you've seen the animated Tarzan, it's like a Son of Man sequence. You know, we see him turn, we see him get older and everything. Not quite the same, but it's similar, and then it cuts to him older. Within the first 5 minutes, we see that he has a love interest in Michelle Williams' character, and it's great. The film kind of has this little beginning montage, and it turns out, okay, they have children. They're living in this tiny little apartment. There's a leaky roof, and he gets evicted from his job. Not evicted, but the job goes bankrupt, so everybody gets laid off. So he gets a loan from the bank, and what he decides to do with the loan from the bank is to rent out this giant building, this museum, that he now starts a show. And for me personally, I did walk out. I did use the restroom for like, I just went out for like 3 minutes or something, 2-3 minutes, real quick. And I came back in right around this part, but I missed. I don't know if the film actually tells us why P.T. Barnum has this dream to, you know, be the greatest showman. I didn't really see that. I don't know if that even is in the movie. I'm not entirely sure, but for me personally, I didn't really see why he had this passion to perform in front of everyone. And he just, you know, randomly, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that I'm not a fan of. Let me just get that off the bat right now. I didn't really like this movie. Without giving away any spoilers, I mean, there's just things that happen in this movie that, you know, things that are set up, and then the end of the movie happens, and it's like, oh, okay, well, let's just put a bow on everything, but yet what happened to your place about 15 minutes ago in this movie could happen again right now. You're just in a different location. But who cares, whatever. I mean, the character, you know, Hugh Jackman's character is really the only character they really, I wouldn't even say give an arc, because I don't even buy into it, really. I mean, it was kind of weird the way that it happened. But he's the only character that they really give any depth to, if at all. I mean, Michelle Williams' character, she's a very weak character. She comes into the film, she's his love interest. That's it. She's just there for him, and then something happens in the middle of the movie, like an unnecessary side plot. Rebecca Ferguson's character comes into the film, and, you know, there's a little unnecessary, like, side plot with her, and it's like, it came out of nowhere. It's because the film is like, okay, well, what are we going to do now? Let's throw this in there, and that'll affect Michelle Williams' character, so now she's going to do this, and now Hugh Jackman is going to be, you know, in this state, and then something else will happen, and then he'll go back, and everything is going to be fine. It's just like a string of events that the writers felt like we have to, it's like they said, we have to keep doing things in this movie to make an hour and 35-minute runtime or whatever, because that's all this movie is without credits. It's an hour and 35 minutes. I don't think the story in this movie is good. I don't think the screenplay is good. The music is fine. It's from the music writers of La La Land, and the music is great in this. And they're also going to be doing the lyrics to the Aladdin music, which Alan Menken will be doing the music to and the score to, so that's very exciting. I can't wait for that. But this, I feel like the music is great, but what the music is serving its purpose to this film, it's just not, you know, the film, it's a very dull movie. I mean, all of a sudden, he gets all these people in the beginning of the movie to be like part of this freak show. That's almost what I saw it as, because there's this big woman, she has a beard, and she has a great singing voice. And I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't she just shave the beard? Is it unshaveable? Like, they never really say. They don't give depth into any of these side characters, which leads you not to care. You know, Zac Efron's character is in this movie, and, you know, he's Zac Efron. He doesn't really have any character either. He's, you know, part of a play. Hugh Jackman comes in, there's a musical number, and it's just like, okay, I'll join you now, and I'll be part of this and everything. It's just like, okay, what an unnecessary weird thing that just happened. And all of a sudden, Zendaya is in this from Spider-Man Homecoming. She's in this, and she has like an unnecessary side plot with Zac Efron's character, and it's just like the writers felt like they had to throw stuff at the screen to say, oh, let's throw this out there and see if they catch it. Like, it's like they're throwing bait into the ocean, and we're supposed to be fish. Are we going to take it or not? And I didn't take it, because this movie is, you know, the music is good, the acting is fine, but it's just, it has a really bad screenplay. Not a horrible screenplay, but it has a really bad screenplay, which, you know, characters that I don't think you could get invested into. I didn't get invested into it. This movie doesn't know what it wants to be. It's all over the place. The positives, I could say, the music is good, and the acting is good. And in the end of the day, I'm going to give The Greatest Showman 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'm not disappointed. I didn't even go into this movie excited. You know, sure, I was interested to see it, but I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to see this movie. I would have hoped to like it more, but it is what it is. Guys, did you see The Greatest Showman? Do you plan on seeing it? Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Also, you can subscribe to this channel. A slew of reviews just went up within the last 2 days, actually, with The Shape of Water, Jumanji, Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, this. Tomorrow I'll be posting my top 10 Blu-rays of 2017, where I possibly will be giving away a digital HD code. Not entirely sure, but check that video out. We'll see what happens there. Guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video, and that's about it. Thank you very much for watching my review for The Greatest Showman. Over and out.
No one ever made a difference by being like everyone else.